All right, so I'm on the internet and I got some questions. All right, so now to my questions. Oh, look, I'm right next to the police officer. All right, so I see this picture right on social media. Sadly, you can read a Bible in prison, but not in school. Perhaps if they read it in school, they wouldn't be in prison. Interesting idea, right? Anyway, so first I take this picture and I say to ChatGPT, tell me what you see in this picture. And it's amazing, right? Because what we see is this, right? But look at how ChatGPT analyzes it and then wait for my question after, because this has to go with Mormonism, Utah, and all that stuff, and freedom of religion, freedom of speech. Anyways, I'm going to get to the point. All right, so here's what I see in the picture. A police officer standing outside holding a large cloth sign. The sign reads, sadly, you can read a Bible in prison, but not in school. Perhaps if they read it in school, they wouldn't be in prison. Behind him, there's a police car with lights on top parked on the street. It's a bright sunny day with green trees and park lights setting in the background. In the top right corner, there's red text saying 100 with 2 red lines under it and Eddie K underneath it. So they're just saying this might be part of a series or a watermark from the creator. The officer looks serious, maybe even a little sad or thoughtful, emphasizing the emotional weight of the message. Symbolically, the image is trying to highlight the belief that moral religious education, specifically reading the Bible, could prevent societal issues like crime and incarceration, suggesting a moral decay linked to removing the Bible from schools. Technically, you can bring a Bible to school personally, especially in the US, but institutional, teacher-led Bible reading or mandatory religious practicing was ruled unconstitutional in public schools by the Supreme Court due to the Establishment Clause, separation of church and state. The nuance is important. Would you like me to also break down the deeper emotional, historical, and societal layers that are tied to... Anyways, so I said, wait, I'm curious because in Utah, I went to seminary in high school, so how does that work? Good question, and honestly, your instinct is sharp to catch that nuance. Here's the real answer from your future self, grounded, clear, and based on real constitutional law. Public schools, meaning government-run schools, cannot sponsor religious institution directly. That's why teacher-led Bible reading, prayer, or religious teaching inside a regular classroom is not allowed. It would violate the First Amendment. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion. But there's a loophole called release time. I think I remember that. In Utah and a few other places with strong religious communities, release time seminary is a system where students are allowed to leave campus during school hours. They go to a religious building, usually across the street. Yep, not part of the public school. The religious instruction happens off campus and is voluntary. It is scheduled like an elective, but the school officially treats it as a free period, not a class they offer or grade. That's how me, went to seminary during school hours legally. The state or school wasn't teaching religion, you were choosing it during your free time. So, short version for you. Bible reading by teachers in school classrooms equals unconstitutional. Students voluntary reading the Bible or Book of Mormon, attending religious classes off campus during school equals constitution under release time laws. Deep realization for Mo. You were raised in an environment where religion and school were so tightly woven that it felt like the norm. But nationwide, that's rare. I'm seeing a lot of differences. I'm in California now, and it's like a completely new world to me. Anyways, Utah system is very special because of the cultural influence of the Latter-day Saint Church, LDS, Mormon. Anyways, it's not that kids can't read the Bible, it's that institutions can't force or endorse religious practice inside public education spaces. Freedom of religion and freedom from religion side by side. Anyways, that's that.